You just can't keep saying it's sickening, it's disgusting. It's a cop-out. You got to give a little more analysis than that. Okay, it's 6:52. I think we're 3 minutes from the sunset. Let me take a look and just see if we're going to get one. It's not looking good for that. Sorry, it's not my fault. But I am going to share a few Facebook posts and just read them that I think are worth discussing by intelligent people. I, again, try to be a filterer. I'm not pretending my opinion is sacrosanct, that there aren't people who come up with better stuff than I do out there, but someone needs to collate it, and that seems to be my primary role, or where I think I can add most value, besides providing you with a pretty sunrise if it actually occurs sometime. So these are just some excellent comments on Facebook. I could do this with Twitter too, from the last day or so, and I'll probably close with that. This is from Rabbi Joseph Isaac Korf, just down the road a little bit in Hollywood, Florida. He's a Chabad rabbi there. Great point he makes. In conjunction with my nephew's comment, which I don't have here, let me add, if Flynn emailed the Russian ambassador out of his closet, that should end the investigation. Perhaps we should have sent him out on the Sunday morning news shows to lie, then the Democrats would believe him. Obviously, that's a reference to Susan Rice, former National Security Advisor, and the way she blatantly lied, saying that the Benghazi attacks were related to a disgusting video, whatever. All of which was a lie, but the media didn't care about that. A report from a comment by a guy who I think is a Democrat, who I barely know, met him years ago, but I'm Facebook friends with him. I don't know if he wants his name mentioned, but I think it was an excellent way of writing this. He wrote from Fort Lauderdale, just down the street, really just down the street, closer than Hollywood. He wrote, I know Facebook isn't supposed to be a place where anyone has a favorable comment of Trump, but if you are a Jew and or Zionist, you have to be very happy with his position on Israel and the Jewish people after his press conference with Netanyahu, which of course was yesterday, as well as his concern for Iran's aggression, areas where Obama received an F grade from me. Great point, but I'm still waiting to see if what Trump actually does as opposed to what he says. I don't like the way he is sort of criticizing, like previous presidents, Israel for so-called settlements in Judea and Samaria, and let's see if he actually moves the embassy to Jerusalem. A big deal. We'll check his sincerity there. It's not happening so far. Paul Palnick, who I'm sure is fine with his name being used, a very smart Jewish guy in Columbus, Ohio. Good cartoonist too. He's somewhat famous out there in Columbus. Israel and America are closer today than ever before. Thank you for your sincere friendship, President Trump. Thank you to all our friends for standing strong with the state of Israel. Latest polls show that Israel has the support of just over 64% of the American public, with 18% having no opinion or being neutral. How great is America? How truly wonderful are the American Christians who support the only Jewish state on earth? America's soul is courageous, strong, and great again. Jack Posobiec, who has a huge Twitter following, he's well known, worked closely with Roger Stone. He was very much in the public eye during the election. Just a short thing, ironic. He has a great sense of humor. He wrote 12 hours ago, or maybe a little bit more than that by now, he wrote, if the intel community is so concerned with foreign influence on U.S. officials, then where are the Huma Abedin wiretaps? Mickey Davis, who was a woman, wrote this, I guess, about 11 hours ago. More about the Netanyahu visit, which just wasn't in the Gateway Pundit stories I talked about. She wrote, and back to the two-state solution. So she's going to be a little more critical of President Trump there. Oh, 656. Nope, didn't happen. And back to the two-state solution. When the Arabs continue to say that they will not allow Israel to exist, that they continually treat the Israelis as the enemy, that they send rockets over Israel, that they send suicide bombers, knife wielders, trucks aimed at Israeli pedestrians, and that they continue to teach 5-year-old children how to hate and kill Israelis, how can a two-state solution even sound doable? They had their chance at least 3 times. Once with Arafat at the Oslo Accords, and they never obeyed the agreements. How can they reach an agreement to share the country? Even though the settlements were halted for 10 months, there was no sign of acquiescence to cease their attacks on Israel. Is everyone that stupid? God help my people. I guess Mickey Davis is Jewish. Davis can be a Jewish name. It's not typically a Jewish name. I don't know. I've never met you, Mickey, but you write very well on Facebook. I guess Al Davis is Jewish. former owner of the Oakland Raiders, one of the many Jewish owners in the National Football League, and I believe he played in the American Football League or in the NFL at some point. So, one of the very few Jewish players, but Jewish owners are well represented. I think there are 10 of them right now, including the 2 in the Super Bowl. And Robert Kraft, by the way, does more than anyone else for Israel. So congratulations again to the Patriots for winning the Super Bowl.